A rich woman boarded a crowded airplane wearing expensive jewelry and designer clothes. She proudly looked around the cabin, believing she was better than everyone else. When she noticed a quietly dressed single dad sitting beside her, she frowned, convinced she deserved a more respectable travel companion. The single dad smiled politely and greeted her with kindness. Instead of returning the greeting, she rolled her eyes and complained to the flight attendant, saying she had paid for comfort, not to sit beside someone who looked poor. Nearby passengers exchanged uncomfortable glances without speaking. The flight attendant calmly explained that the flight was completely full and no seats were available. The woman sighed dramatically and muttered insults under her breath. The single dad remained calm, choosing silence over conflict while opening a small book to read during the flight, peacefully. As the airplane reached cruising altitude, the woman continued boasting about her luxury lifestyle. She spoke loudly about expensive vacations, luxury cars, and exclusive business deals. She intentionally made sure the single dad could hear every word, hoping to make him feel embarrassed and insignificant. The father simply smiled and pulled a small photo from his wallet. It showed his young daughter happily holding a handmade birthday card. Looking at the picture filled him with pride because every sacrifice he made was for her happiness, not for expensive possessions or public admiration. The woman noticed the photograph and laughed sarcastically. She claimed that successful people never struggled with money or raised children alone. Her harsh comments attracted attention throughout the cabin, but the father calmly returned the photo to his wallet without responding to the insults. Several passengers felt uncomfortable with her behavior, yet nobody interrupted. The father believed arguing would only create more negativity. He quietly looked out the window, enjoying the clouds outside while thinking about returning home to his daughter after completing another long business assignment across the country. Suddenly, the seatbelt sign illuminated as unexpected turbulence shook the aircraft. The cabin became silent while passengers gripped their armrests nervously. The rich woman, who had been speaking confidently moments earlier, looked frightened and tightly held the armrests as the plane continued trembling through rough air. After several minutes, the turbulence settled, but another announcement followed. The captain explained that a medical emergency had affected one of the flight crew members. The aircraft remained under control, yet additional assistance from anyone with professional aviation experience might soon become necessary. Moments later, the captain's calm voice echoed once again through the speakers. "Ladies and gentlemen, is there any licensed pilot on board willing to assist if needed?" The unexpected question surprised every passenger. Curious eyes immediately searched throughout the cabin, wondering whether someone could actually help. Without hesitation, the quiet single dad calmly stood from his seat. He politely identified himself as a certified commercial pilot, currently traveling off duty after completing specialized aviation training. The flight attendants immediately approached him, verifying his credentials before escorting him respectfully toward the cockpit. The rich woman stared in complete disbelief. She had assumed the man beside her was unsuccessful simply because of his modest appearance. Watching the crew thank him with sincere respect made her realize how quickly she had judged someone she knew absolutely nothing about before today. The cabin filled with relieved whispers as passengers understood the situation. Confidence returned because a qualified professional was available if assistance became necessary. The father disappeared through the cockpit door with calm determination, carrying himself with quiet confidence instead of seeking recognition or applause from anyone. Several minutes later, the captain informed everyone that the situation had stabilized successfully. He publicly thanked the off-duty pilot for his immediate willingness to help during the unexpected emergency. Applause spread across the cabin as grateful passengers celebrated the father's professionalism, courage, and generous spirit. The rich woman lowered her head, feeling deeply embarrassed. She remembered every cruel word she had spoken, only because of his simple clothing. Wealth had given her confidence, but it had also blinded her to the character, intelligence, and dignity sitting quietly beside her throughout the journey. When the father returned to his seat, passengers warmly welcomed him with smiles and applause. Children looked at him with admiration, while adults expressed sincere gratitude. He accepted their appreciation humbly, insisting that anyone with the proper skills should always help others whenever possible during emergencies. Unable to ignore her conscience any longer, the rich woman quietly apologized. She admitted judging him unfairly because of appearances and social status. The father accepted her apology graciously, explaining that everyone deserves respect, regardless of clothing, wealth, occupation, or personal circumstances in life. The airplane landed safely, and passengers exited with renewed appreciation for kindness and humility. Many thanked the father personally before leaving the terminal. His daughter later greeted him with a joyful hug, reminding him that love and character are life's greatest treasures, far beyond money or status. As the rich woman walked through the airport alone, she reflected on the lesson she had learned. True greatness cannot be measured by luxury brands, expensive jewelry, or wealth. Character, compassion, humility, and courage always leave a stronger impression than appearances ever could on anyone's.